Hey, this is me building my 400k per year profit solo consulting business right in front of your eyes. And the way that these videos work is that they follow the exact same structure. I start by questions from the audience. This means that you can ask your question down below and I'll answer it in tomorrow's video. This is a great way for me of pushing this channel to the right people because I assume that you are a coach, a consultant, or an agency owner if you want my take on your question or your business bottlenecks. And it's also the way that these videos are titled and packaged up, right? Then we move into business stats. This is an Excel sheet where I share all my KPI numbers with you so that you can get a real-time look behind the curtains and see what cost and numbers that I do on a day-to-day basis. Then I'll show you my to-do list, so I just run you through what I did today and what I'll do tomorrow, and then we'll do some live strategy because I'm trying to figure out every single day on how I can get to $1 million a year in personal profit while making sure that I only take calls 3 days a week and I operate my business at 85% profit margins. So that is this video series, daily updates here on YouTube, and I will head over to my daily updates channel, and then I'll scroll down to a comment that I haven't answered yet, and then I'll just make sure to answer it so that you can get some value. So let's draw it up here. QP bro, thanks for the floor answer, man. Massive value add for everyone here. Thank you, bro. Where do you find good talent to hire? Is there a certain website or agency you go through to hire people, like editors, closers? Currently having a hard time finding a good short form editor, willing to pay super generously but can't find someone with enough talent. Thanks, man. Very good question here, bro. So I think there is different types of hires inside of your business, right? There are contractors and freelancers, which you typically use to that typically are good roles to hire when you're looking to hire paid per project. This means that let's say that you're an agency and you don't typically normally offer websites, but a client of yours wants to get a website built. Then you can, for example, say, hey, we can cover that and make sure that you can get a website. Then you find a person, then you pay them to build the website, and then the client gets the website, and then you act like a middleman, you know? So there are like freelancers and contractors. So I think roles like this, either where it's paid per project and then like a thing that you don't usually serve, or it is a skill set of like, let's say editing, for example, which is pretty commoditized. It's like, it doesn't really matter how good the person is at communication when it's just an editor. Don't get me wrong here, right? Editing and creative direction and is very, very important. But it's not a person that will be in the front end of your business like a sales guy or a client success manager or an appointment setter, right? So for freelancers, I always use Upwork, Fiverr, or Jobs in Philly. So this means that editors, both long and short form, contractors for like whatever projects that I might need, or VAs or PAs, I use those websites. Then, for example, if you're looking for a very, very long-term position, I would recommend for editors in particular. Editors are really good at Twitter, Discord, Facebook groups is an awesome place to look. You have to it'll take you a long ass time, bro. Like, I'm already gonna prepare you for this. Finding a good editor takes time. Like, finding A+ talent in general is hard, right? So that will take some time, bro. I've tested a lot of freelancers and used them for the majority of my brand, but now I've decided just to sign with a creative agency. So I have a creative agency that takes care of all editing, and I'm probably also gonna get them to post for me as well. They have like an additional service there. When it comes to closers and setters, bro, these are roles where it's very human depending, right? It is sales, it is communication. So for closers and setters, what you can do is that you can go to programs who have trained closers and setters. There are many make money online offers that is teaching regular people on how to become appointment setters or closers. So you can reach out to those and then get a trained person. The way that I've always hired closers and setters for my own business is that I find people that are not exposed to the online business world. This means that their expectations of salary is a lot lower, and for them it's the perfect job ever, right? Because it's fully remote and it probably pays between 3 to 5k depending on closing or setting. I would say an average setter is getting paid around 2k a month. In like most business offers, you get 5% of cash, right? So 5% of cash is basically around 40 to 50k a month, which is your typical info business. I would say at least, right, in like not in the top 1%, but like an average offer. And then a closer is getting paid 10% of cash, which is this like 4 to 5k range. I know that a lot of make money online programs advocates that you can make 5 to 10k a month as a setter and 10 to 20k as a closer, and you sure can. But just like in any other industry, there are top 1 percentages, there are like high performers, there are like very good jobs. So those are like the baselines. What I'm trying to say here, bro, is that I've always tried to hire my people, like regular people. Don't get me wrong, that sounds a little weird when saying it out loud, but like people that wasn't exposed to like, I need to make 10k a month, move to Dubai and have an online business. So like my best salesman ever, that is now the head of sales of my agency, Anton, who's also one of my best friends, he sold like electronic stuff in my hometown. So like we recruited him in, trained him as an appointment setter, closer, then head of sales, and now he's head of sales at my agency, and he's closed like more than $1.2 million in deals for me. And you know, he's just a regular guy, good at communication, and then he came to work for us instead of selling electronics, right? And we did that with also our setter team and these things. So I've always focused more on the hardworking people that are good at human connections and good at human communication, and then just train them. That is the most important thing. So I hope that makes sense, bro, in terms of hiring. What I would recommend everyone to watch in this video is always start the hiring process early, because it will take you a lot of time to get good talent. If you're in a need of hiring and you're pressured to hire, then you're forced to hire a bad person, and you don't want to be that. So like always start the hiring process a lot earlier than what you expect. So thank you again for the question, bro. Super good questions. Then we have Joseph here. So I've got my first few consulting clients through organic YouTube content. Well done, bro. But a lot of the time I feel at the mercy of the algorithm. Is it viable to run paid ads to my offer, even though I'm still relatively new to the space and haven't had tens of clients? I found an offer that works, and I've just got my first solid case study, but looking for a way to see more consistent call bookings. This is a good question, bro. I would say, first of all, you don't need tens of clients to... What the hell am I doing? You don't need tens of clients to run paid ads. The way that you want to see paid ads is it is first impressions, and it is the way that you consistently show up. First impressions as top of funnel, new ads, so getting new eyeballs into your funnel, and then how you show up recurringly for the people who are in your ecosystem, so retargeting, right? If you have an Instagram filled with amazing content and a YouTube channel with high proof, you maybe have a video sales letter or a training student results page with a lot of proof of concept, then your first impression strengthens, right, because of your foundation. So this means that you can always start paid ads, but the better foundation you have, the better the performance of your ads. And when I say foundation, it's typically cases, offer, brand, and just like overall social accounts, right? So I think, bro, you can definitely start ads. You have to come to terms with the fact it will be expensive for you in the beginning to acquire clients. Maybe you can run some retargeting and get the first few in, but it is expensive to run paid ads. There's a reason to why most of the market is shifting more towards organic. This is not to say that paid isn't good, but paid is getting more expensive. So I would say, bro, you need at least $1,000 a month to run paid ads. I would recommend $1,500 to be completely honest, but I would say $1,000 a month is a very good start. And then you need at least 4 to 6 months run rate to see the full effect of your paid ads. To give you an example, bro, in my previous coaching business, we did around $2 million in revenue, and month by month, then of course there was like revenue, so like total contracts, then there was cash collected, which means money hitting the Stripe account, and then there was new cash. So this was like new cash was basically new sales where it was cash collected. So let's say we sold a 7.5k beginners offer, how to start a marketing agency. So most people would pay between 3 to 3.5k upfront. We had like an average or like an upfront payment plan of like 40%. So people paying at least 40% upfront. So like new cash hitting the Stripe, not payment plans or recurring or whatever. And of the new cash we collected every single month, so this means new sales and people paying, right? 60% of those people had been following me on Instagram for more than 6 months, right? So this means that if I had stopped my paid ads after 3 months, I would have missed out on basically leads that would have paid me in additional 3 months and then 6 months from now, right? So paid ads is a very, very long-term play, bro. You want to see it as gambling. You want to set aside money that you're willing to lose. You will not lose it, because what you're doing is that you're buying data, you're buying feedback, you're buying brand awareness, you're buying leads, right? But you have to have ice in your veins. Most people get a bad experience with paid ads because they start the paid ads and then they are so attached to it because they're making maybe 4 to 5k profit per month, which means that if they're spending 1k, they're spending between 20 and 25% of their own personal profit on reinvesting back into the business. And if you don't see a return of that within 2 to 3 months, then you're like, I just wasted $2,000 to $3,000. What am I doing? Paid ads doesn't work for me, and then they turn it off, and then they get a bad relationship with ads, which is not good. So take this into consideration, bro. If I were you, bro, I would maybe ask myself, do I have more time to manually acquire clients? If yes, do it. If no, start paid ads. And when I say do I have manually more time, it's like, can you, for example, post more YouTube? Can you put out more reels? Can you add an additional platform? Can you set up partnerships? Can you set up referrals? Can you add more lifetime value? Can you add a higher ticket, medium ticket, or lower ticket offer just to like maximize the amount of like basically value of leads that you're getting through? So there's a few things, bro, that I would check off before you start ads. For all of my clients, I have a checklist that I follow before I start ads. It's like, do we have everything in check on the list? If yes, start ads, because then I know they will be very profitable, because I've ran ads for so many clients now that it's like it's impossible not to, right? So think, bro, consider the things that I just like mentioned here, and then you're good, I would say. I think that's the best answer that I can give you, bro, without knowing your numbers. Let's say that you're making 15k profit or something, definitely run ads, bro, right? But it's also how you want to run your business and your funnel and these things. So Joseph, bro, I hope it helped, man. If not, bro, then give me a little bit more context, and then I'm happy to sort you out, and I can maybe also even cover the funnel that I'd recommend you to run. Let's jump back in here. Did we like this comment? We did. Hey Fred, we'd really love to have something like a Google Sheet business stats. Is it possible if I can get a duplicate plain version of it? Yes, sure, bro. I'll make a duplicate, and then I'll link it in the description of this video, and then all of you watching, you can download it and come back to this video so that you can make your own template. Just like always, remember to go to file and then press make a copy, because then you can write on it on your own. All right. So a good question, bro. Maybe you start daily updates yourself, huh? It's a good challenge. Excuse me. That was questions from the audience. I appreciate the questions. Again, you can ask me whatever and I'll answer. That's how these things work, right? As long as it just brings you value, then I'm happy. Then we move into business stats. So basically just me tracking my numbers, right? And the way the tracking works is that I always do the day before. Normally I record these things in the morning, but I'm currently on family vacation, so I spent the day with my family, and then I do some work at the evening here before I go to bed. So today's the 31st of May, which means that I have to recap the 30th of May. So let's go into my main YouTube channel. Let's just see here, 107 for the daily updates, and for the main YouTube channel, (6231). 6231. So weekends are usually a little bit slow, but it's also really slowing down my growth of my main channel. So I'm really happy that I'm traveling back home tomorrow so that I can really pick up the main channel growth again. I've had a terrible setup for the past 3 weeks because I've been, like the 4 weeks, because I've been 3 weeks in Spain and then 3 days in Denmark and then 10 days in Turkey. So now I have the next 2 months in Denmark where I'll have, I'm basically buying my entire dream home setup, and then I'm setting it up somewhere. So we'll see how that goes, so that I can really start making better content for my main channel. So this is growth. You can see that there is a clear decline, right? Here it's like 1.61%, and then like it's just plummeting. Not good. But again, that's how it is. Daily updates here is like doing pretty fine. You can see that it's become way more consistent instead of like these 0 days in the beginning. Of course, it's not a lot of data yet. I need at least a few more months before I can make some conscious decisions here, but that's fine. For revenue and cash and cost, boring day yesterday. No revenue, no payment plans, no nothing. So in tomorrow's video, I'll recap May and give you my thoughts on the month. because tomorrow I have to recap today, right? Yeah, nice. Nice to-do list. Today I took the whole day completely off. It was the absolutely last day of my family vacation here, so I spent the whole day with my family, right? And my granddad and mom and stepdad and girlfriend and my little sister and her boyfriend. So it's been a very good vacation for the family, and like just a lot of like quality time together. I really appreciate those moments when I live abroad. To those that don't know me, I've lived abroad for the past few years in Dubai for 1.5 years, and then in Bali in Spain for the past 3 to 4 months here. So I've not been living close to my family for a few years, which sucks a little bit. So it's nice to have like a lot of quality time together and a lot of memories, and then you can kind of like live off of that for a while, which is nice. So today, not a lot of strategy. I can't wait to get back home and get really into like actually building and growing my business again, because the last basically month here has just been like very like sustaining and yeah, just like making sure clients are good, making sure that like my foundation is bettering, and then I can't wait to get back home and like actually work a lot of hours, because that's where I get my good thoughts and like can actually strategize in front of you. Because right now it's just, okay, what is there to strategize today? Could I have played a better dice game with my granddad? Could I have done something better there? Should I have ordered an iced americano instead of iced latte? Insane strategy moves here. I have to reflect upon today, right? Can't complain. It's nice to. I think something that I can reflect a little bit on is in the beginning I was horrible at taking time off, but like I'm forcing myself to, when I take time off, to like actually be present. So it's not like I'm sitting at the dinner table and like I'm checking Slack, you know. I take the whole day off, and like I'm itching to answer my clients, but at the same time I have told my clients that most of the time I answer throughout the weekends, but they shouldn't expect a reply in the weekends. But I always do reply in the weekends because I work weekends myself, you know. So it's I'm still getting better at it, but I think I did a good job on this vacation of being very present. I think if you ask my family, they would say way better than last time, and that's the main thing. Thank you, girlfriend. Girlfriend just confirmed, which is nice. I really appreciate you watching this video if you made it this far. We will see each other tomorrow.